Hello everyone. A warm welcome to all my students. So today we will study about human endocrine system. So firstly, we have to know about the hormones. So what is a hormone? A hormone is a mediator molecule that is released in one part of the body but regulates the activity of the cells in the other parts of the body. Most hormones enter interstitial fluid and then bloodstream. The circulating blood delivers hormones to cells throughout the body. Both neurotransmitters and hormones exert their effects by binding to receptors or in their target cells. So now we have to learn about the exocrine glands as well as endocrine glands. Exocrine glands secrete their products into the ducts that carry the secretions into the body cavities, into the lumen of an organ, or to the outer surface of the body. Exocrine glands include sudoriferous glands, sebaceous glands, mucous glands, and digestive glands. Whereas endocrine glands secrete their products, that is, hormones, into the interstitial fluid surrounding the secretory cells rather than into the ducts. From the interstitial fluids, hormones diffuse into the blood capillaries and blood carries them to the target cells throughout the body. Now, if we look at the examples of endocrine glands, we will find that pituitary gland, hypothalamus, thyroid gland, parathyroid glands, adrenal glands, pancreas, ovaries, and testes, all these are the examples of endocrine glands. তাহলে তোমাদের সুবিধার জন্য বলে দিই যে এই যে এক্সোক্রাইন আর এন্ডোক্রাইন গ্ল্যান্ডস এরা কি অন্তঃক্ষরা আর বহিঃক্ষরা গ্রন্থি. So I think you have well understood about the basic differences of endocrine and exocrine glands. And now we'll move on to circulating and local hormones. So most endocrine hormones are circulating hormones. They pass from the secretory cells to the interstitial fluid and then into the blood. The other hormones, termed as local hormones, act locally on the neighboring cells or on the same cell that secreted them without first entering into the bloodstream. Local hormones that act on the neighboring cells are called paracrines. Note it down, paracrines, and those that act on the same cell that secreted them are called autocrines. Here the auto means self. সুতরাং তাহলে প্যারাক্রাইনস কারা? প্যারাক্রাইনস হচ্ছে প্যারাক্রাইন সেল থেকে বেরোবে কিন্তু অ্যাক্ট করবে আশপাশের নেবারিং সেলে। অন্যদিকে অটোক্রাইনস হচ্ছে অটোক্রাইন সেল থেকে বেরিয়ে অন্য কোনো নেবারিং সেলে না কাজ করে নিজের সেলেই কাজ করবে। So now we'll learn about the chemical classes of hormones. Chemically, hormones can be divided into two broad classes. Those that are soluble in lipids and those that are soluble in water. This chemical classification is also useful functionally because the two classes exert their effects differently. At first, we'll learn about the lipid-soluble hormones or fatty দ্রবণীয় hormones. The lipid-soluble hormones include steroid hormones, thyroid hormones, and nitric oxide. Very interesting. The gas nitric oxide or NO is both a hormone and a neurotransmitter. Its synthesis is catalyzed by the enzyme nitric oxide synthase. The other lipid-soluble hormone is steroid hormones. These are derived from cholesterol, and each steroid hormone is unique due to the presence of the different chemical groups attached at the various sites on the four rings at the core of its structure. যদি আমরা এর গঠনটাকে দেখি তাহলেই এটা কেন ইউনিক আমরা বুঝতে পারবো। These small differences allow for a large diversity of functions. Another example of lipid-soluble hormones is thyroid hormone. The two thyroid hormones, T3 and T4, are synthesized by attaching iodine to the amino acid tyrosine. The benzene ring of the tyrosine plus the attached iodines make T3 and T4 very lipid soluble. Now what is T3 and T4? এই T3 আর T4 টা তাহলে কি? T3 টা হচ্ছে ট্রাইআয়োডোথাইরোনিন হরমোন আর T4 টা হচ্ছে থাইরক্সিন হরমোন। Now we'll study about the water soluble hormones বা জলে দ্রবণীয় hormones. The water soluble hormones include amine hormones, peptide and protein hormones and eicosanoid hormones. So প্রথমে আমরা amine hormones সম্পর্কে জানব। These amine hormones are synthesized by decarboxylating or removing a molecule of carbon dioxide and otherwise modifying certain amino acids. They are called amines because they retain an amino group. The catecholamines, epinephrine, norepinephrine, and dopamine are synthesized, modifying the amino acid tyrosine. Histamine is synthesized from the amino acid histidine by mast cells and platelets. Serotonin and melatonin are derived from tryptophan. এই tryptophanও কিন্তু আরেকটি amino acid. Next is peptide hormones. Peptide hormones and protein hormones are amino acid polymers. The smaller peptide hormones consist of chains of 3 to 49 3 থেকে 49টি amino acids. The larger protein hormones include 50 to 200 50 থেকে 200টি amino acids নিয়ে গঠিত হয়। Examples of peptide hormones are antidiuretic hormone and oxytocin. Protein hormones include human growth hormone and insulin. And the last type of water-soluble hormones is eicosanoid hormones. These hormones are derived from arachidonic acid, a 20-carbon fatty acid. The two major types of eicosanoids are prostaglandins and leukotrienes. The eicosanoids are important local hormones. এই local hormones গুলোর সম্পর্কে আমরা আগে পড়ে ফেলেছি, and they may act as circulating hormones as well. এই circulating hormones সম্পর্কেও আমরা আগের স্লাইডে কিন্তু পড়ে ফেলেছি। So I hope you have understood the basics of endocrine system very well, and this video will be very helpful for the preparation of your upcoming examination. And if you have any queries, please let me know. And do subscribe the official YouTube channel of Sarojini Naidu College for Women, that is SNCW Official. Thank you, everyone.